Welcome back everyone to the Cyberden, your weekly dose of tech and games. Last week I talked about a Grand Theft Auto 5 parody of the opening to the 1990 kids show Arthur. except instead there were a lot more sniping and Molotov cocktails. I think it might have been a gritty adult reboot. Who knows? But the creator, YouTube user Murfish, he's made another one, but it's in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So instead of Will Smith, it's none other than Franklin.
You never know, it might have been Will's troublesome years. So.
Maybe so. Again, that could be a gritty reboot in itself. Uncle Phil could be driving around with a minigun in hand. or even, instead of throwing Jazzy Jeff out, he might be tossing Semtex bombs at him to blow him away. I'd watch that.
Yeah, it would be quite a good twist to the original show.
A modern remake, a bit, some new flavour to it. For those who don't know, it's a bread simulator where you play as a slice of bread. You've got to try and get yourself covered with jam, sweeties, butter, get into the toaster, etc. So, at least it has a more coherent and interesting plot than Call of Duty.
I wonder if the characters are more interesting than them too.
Yeah, I think there's more character development for that slice of bread than anything in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Not only will it have Stone Cold Steve Austin slapped on the front, of course.
Stone Cold.
Austin 316. But I actually heard he's actually taking part in directing the game.
I know what they could do to make 2K15 better.
What's that?
Throw in more John Cena, yeah.
McMahon, no, please, no. But I've got a great idea. What we do, we remove 50% more content. And we have 3 John Cenas. We'll have a story mode with John Cena, the road to Cena.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. You know what will make it better? Me, brother. Now, Hulk, you're done and through. We need John Cena.
Good lord.
Oh, I heard that there's going to be, at the next WrestleMania, it's going to be John Cena versus Hulk Hogan.
Coming into the ring as Hulk Hogan be lifted in just by a series of pulleys. I still got it, brother. I still got it. Hulk's is probably going to be so old that he can't remember his lines. He's like, someone's talking over his lines.
They
like,
get Arnie to do his voiceovers.
I'm gonna stop you, brother. I am the right guy at the wrong time. Sorry, Mr. McMahon. Did you
Let me tell you something again, sister.
It's like some sort of malfunction, and it's like, he's just mouthing it. The strange game of the week. Now, this week's strange game of the week is 300 Heroes. It's a rip-off of the popular online game League of Legends. So China thought, we've got an idea, let's make our own rip-off version. But because the copyright laws in China are pretty lax over there, that meant they shoved in so many copyright characters from, the West. For example, you have Wally.
Oh, gosh.
There's Naruto.
No.
Wolverine, and surprise, surprise, there's even Shrek.
Right, they got one thing right.
So, believe it or not, Shrek's special move is to throw donkey at them. So, if you want to see a copyright character in that, who would you like to see in it?
My client.
I would so play that, definitely.
Get Al Gore.
Al Gore, he's super ethereal. And then, and his special move would be Man Bear Pig. And he puts on a Man Bear Pig outfit and chases them.
I've been super ethereal.
No, chasing ethereal.
I would hate for John Cena to be in the game because he'll never be defeated. He'll just be there like, no, I have hustle, loyalty, and respect, and then just and then win.
Meanwhile, in China, what kind of people do we need in? All right, everyone, we need John Cena. Who are you, sir? My name's Vince McMahon. I run WWE. We need John Cena. He'll be the most overpowered character with 100% stats. But you don't own this company. You haven't bought us out. That's what you think.
Does that
Who are the funniest characters in video games?
I think you'll like this one. It's from Time Splitters Future Perfect.
Ah, yes, Time Splitters Future Perfect.
I think Harry Tipper was quite funny. It was a good laugh.
The main character, he kind of teleports through time, and when he sees him, he calls him Spaceman. Because, of course, it's from the 60s, man. Gotta stop chaos and save the world. And his brilliant idea of infiltrating enemy territory is dressed up as a female henchman. And he dresses like, it's just not my colour at all. And so he runs in a really girly fashion. And no one seems to notice the fact that he's got a big bushy mustache.
Oh, God.
I love it when he's talking to the guard as well, because he's just like, oh, I came from Sector 4.
And the guard starts flirting with him.
Oh, God.
There's even an announcement which goes, attention, Harry Tipper has entered the base. He's disguised as a woman. Treat all females with suspicion until their identity can be confirmed. He's got a mustache, come on.
How can you not notice that?
It's just a great game. Please welcome Shane Lewis, the mastermind behind the YouTube video game series Re-Res. Thanks for coming, mate.
Oh, you're welcome. It's great to be here.
Of course, we were sending some emails back at one another, and you suggested, how about we do a quiz on the Metal Gear series?
Oh yeah, I'm a huge fan of that series. I've got all the games in the franchise.
Well, I thought it was a terrible idea, so instead we're doing it on the Call of Duty series. Hang on. We've got a flashing light here from my good friend Duke Nukem.
That's right, it's me, Duke Nukem.
Oh, it is Duke. What do you have to say then, Duke?
Call of Duty? Really?
Ooh, he's got a very good point. Yeah, maybe we should just stick to the Metal Gear series. How about that?
Sure. I could have actually done Call of Duty as well, but Metal Gear's fine.
Well, me and Duke Nukem are good friends, but I would like to end this quiz with my life intact, you see. The strange game of the week. Now, this week's strange game of the week is a mod. Well, a modded server. It's called Freak Fortress. Now, on Team Fortress 2, there are boss mode servers which pit an entire team versus one super powerful player with oodles of health and a melee weapon. The weird thing is that the bosses you come up against are just so strange. For example, there's one with the Demo Man from Scotland and drinking his scrumpy.
Oh dear.
There's the Demo Man dressed up as the Easter Bunny.
What?
And believe it or not, there's even one with Valve Software's boss Gabe Newell.
Oh, God.
And so, of course, Gabe Newell, also known as Gabe N, at valvesoftware.com. But,
Please let me know what you think of this boss battle. I can be reached at gaben@valvesoftware.com.
when you do a super jump, when Gabe Newell does it, he goes, Gabe N. Every time it's the super jump. He can Mario stomp you.
Oh,
Then he
dear.
goes, hopefully it was worth the wait. So basically he just says a lot of Gabe Newell quotes, etc. It's
Yeah.
absolutely hilarious just seeing the boss of Valve Software flying around and beating up everyone with super punches. And of course leaping around going, Gabe N.
Gaben. Gaben.
Oh dear. Speaking of ridiculousness in the news, Super Mario Maker will be letting players create their own wacky levels across 4 different Mario games, but one video game journalist called Ben Gilbert of Business Insider, he implied that the game was excluding ethnic minorities and therefore racist.
Oh, dear me.
I saw this, and you can imagine...
What is wrong with the world?
There is now a massive hole inside my bedroom wall. There's a massive hole because I have smashed my head in so many times thinking, this is so stupid, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
And now I've got a call from the landlady saying, you're going to have to pay for that, Jake. I mean, you can even change your hand to a cat paw.
How ethnic, how diverse do you want it, you know?
What about dog paws? I mean, sure, they've got cats in here, but I think that this is a trigger warning because they're not including dogs. I'm going to write a 10-paragraph point about this, Aston, and I'm going to be ranting about it for the next 15 minutes. Or not. The strange game of the week. Now, this week's strange game of the week, it's a bit of a satirical parody game. Super oppressed people. Now, this is a flash game from Newgrounds, and it's a satirical parody of Super Mario Brothers. It lampoons social justice warriors on the internet. It's trying to force political correctness into pop culture, especially video games. So, for example, you start up, choose your character. So, if you choose male, it'll go, how dare you choose a male character? Don't you know that in every game there are male characters, you horrible person, you scum? Okay, transgender. That's more like it. You see, we don't see many characters like that in video games. Okay, choose your character race. So I thought, okay, I'll choose Caucasian because, white, Caucasian male. And then it went, what? Caucasian male? How dare you suggest that? Don't you know that there are many other races out there in the world, not just you? So I chose something else. I chose Asian. And I went, we just realised that's quite racist, assuming that Asian people are very good at video games, you horrible racist. Choose something else. So I started playing the game. And then as you go through, you start offending and triggering people. For example, jumping. There are some people who can't jump. We're taking away that privilege. Then it says, wait, whoa. Were you about to hurt that innocent creature? That's violence, and violence is bad. Get rid of all enemies. And yeah, you get where this is going.
Much point of a game, then, is it?
Precisely,
Next
yeah.
thing you say, are you running? You're not meant to be running. We'll take that. You can only walk instead.
Then it says you can't see colour because you're offending colourblind people. Then it removes the music, saying you're offending deaf people. Then it just removes everything. It makes the screen black and say you're offending people who are blind. So it's just a really ridiculous, over-the-top example of social justice warrior and censorship on the whole. Really,
it just seems so funny and ridiculous at the same time.
Speaking of silly levels from games, there was one from Extreme Rise of the Triad called Gods of Annihilation. You think, wow, this sounds cool. I'll explain the level. Okay, you've got a short corridor, you take 3 steps, shoot the enemy, a wall opens up. Congratulations, you've just won the level.
Is that it?
Yeah, you can beat
and it's
the level.
called Gods of Annihilation.
You beat the level in about 5 seconds. It's
wow.
A 5-second long level. I think it's because the developers either made it as a joke or they just ran out of ideas.
Yeah.
But it's a very funny level, so it's definitely one of the easiest levels I've ever played. And yet it's less linear than Call of Duty.
Yeah.